Now, this is one of the biggest topics of today. I've messaged Actman, and I asked him if he wanted to come on my stream to talk about this whole situation. And what ended up happening is he messaged me back, and he said yes. I'm not sure if that's going to be today or not, but if it is, I will be interviewing Actman today live on my stream, talking about the entire situation in depth and going through basically his side of things, because apparently YouTube is not the platform to allow that to happen. My opinion on the Actman stuff in general is that I think that it's an absolute disgrace. I think that it's a disgrace, and it's basically YouTube. YouTube is like holding ground on something that is just so outrageous that no normal person could see this and be okay with it. It's what's so weird to me about it is like, it's such an easy W. It's like you have to go through like the entire fucking Olympic set of different types of gymnastics to go through the logic that this person, Quantum, should not be suspended permanently, banned from the platform. It's like this person treats the TOS like a to-do list, and YouTube doesn't even give a fuck about it. And in fact, they punish the people who call it out. It's pathetic. It's absolutely fucking pathetic. I can't believe it. What if YouTube came to their determination he should have stopped complaining about things? Well, the thing is, like, then they should ban him. Because in my opinion, I think, like, if you're going to complain about stuff, and YouTube, they can do what they want to do, right? They're a private platform, etc. But that doesn't mean that people can't say what they want to say. You know, it goes both ways. And so, yeah, if that's what they think, etc., then I think, again, it just opens up a whole different... can you explain the situation in 10 words? Somebody broke every rule on YouTube, and YouTube punishes people who call them out. And so anyway, weird as fuck how YouTube, there's no backlash from them already. Well, there already is. There's a lot of people. Like, if you look here, this has like 90,000 likes. Let me scroll down here. 45,000 likes, 23,000 likes, 41,000. This is insane, right? I mean, this is a tremendous amount of people that were that are supporting this, and 50,000. So yeah, obviously a lot of people are pissed off about it. I think so. Banging Bit Corporation for change. Well, that's the best way to do it. See, the thing is, like, you have to know what language these corporations speak, and the language that they speak is money. Someone like Quinn fake tweets of Actman being racist. I think that it's very different. So, like, using slurs is clearly, like, not a great thing to do, right? I mean, obviously this is not a good thing to do, and this is bad. However, I think that it's very different, and it's an unfair and intellectually dishonest thing to do, to compare the usage of slurs and to equate that to the usage of slurs with malice behind them. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like, whenever Quantum was talking about, like, the gay people in that situation, I think that that's clearly different. DJ Weed has no sympathy for it. Okay, let me see here. Here we go. Let's watch it real quick, and we'll see what he says. Actman fucked up. Okay, let's watch this.
Like a sensitive topic.
Right.
We're talking.
It's a sensitive topic because it makes it, like, because it highlights where you fucked up.
Well,
And you didn't want to paint a picture that included you fucking up.
How'd he fuck up?
That's like
Well,
what an
how'd he
8-year-old
fuck up?
does.
Okay, how'd you fuck up?
That's the action of a young child
Okay, so how'd he fuck up?
who, like, doesn't want to get in trouble or whatever. But you made yourself a victim in this. Pointed the finger at YouTube and other creators. And it was your actions that got you demonetized. This right here is so fucked. And I hope that if someone takes anything away from this, it's the following.
Okay, let's see what he says.
And because it's kind of like a sensitive topic.
Right.
We're talking.
It's a
Give me 1
sensitive
second.
topic.
Right.
We're talking.
It's a sensitive topic.
I'm gonna move ahead.
To your actions. Takes anything away
Okay,
from this,
here we go.
it's the following. it is a lot worse for a company to not divulge a reason why they are taking an action. Now, because oftentimes we are the public looking in, we are not given that reason, right? YouTube did not publicly go out and say this until he posted the things, right? Like, it just like Twitch, we don't publicly comment on this stuff. But
I'm not sure I'm really understanding this.
YouTube did go back, and we can find that tweet where they did respond to him, basically be like, hey, you fucking threaten our people and the action's going to get taken. But this is so clearly what?
Did it pause?
I mean,
oh, okay.
Woe is me. My channel got demonetized, and like, I just don't get why, and I can't believe this, and the corruption is so high, right? So he's sitting over here pointing all these fingers, talking about the corruption, all this shit, when in reality, he knew the whole time. He had the piece of information that all of us were kind of wondering about, or at least many of us were.
All right, so let me just stop this right here. So I respect DJ Wheat. I like him, but I think this is probably one of the dumbest things I've ever heard him say. So there are two different things that happened. There is Quantum TV being suspended, and there's Actman being demonetized. Both of these things can exist separately. So even if you're saying, like, I will grant you, I will say, you know what, you're totally fucking right. You're totally completely justified in saying Actman should have been completely demonetized. Sure, let's go all the way with that. Why the fuck is Quantum on the platform? Because it has nothing to do with it. Him getting demonetized has nothing to do with it. And then to use the fact that he received, especially, I mean, DJ Weed, especially, I mean, let's be honest, man, you know what it's like on Twitch. You know what the appeal messages they send out are, what the ban messages they send out are. They just say, hey, you had a violation for bad conduct. We'll see you in 3 days or a week. That's it. They don't give a lot of different specific information, and YouTube doesn't either. So how are you going to be a person who just got done working? I think that he just quit Twitch or something. Just got done working at one of these massive social media platforms that is extremely notorious for having these bans that happen with seemingly no evidence or seemingly no reason why. How can you not assume that the same thing happened to him? And do you see what I'm saying? YouTube did tell him when he got banned for what he said about YouTube staff. Who work for a social media platform, says everything you need to know. Well, do you see kind of what I'm saying? Two separate issues. Actman screwed up, posted satire. Actman should not have made that tweet. He shouldn't have made the tweets. And I mean, any reasonable person can say that. Should that cause his channel to get demonetized permanently? No, I don't think so. Should that maybe be something where like YouTube talks with them, or maybe a temporary demonetization? Sure, yeah, they can, and I think that there's grounds for that, because obviously doxing and that kind of stuff is a really big deal. I think that also it's important to keep in mind that none of this would have happened if YouTube had just followed their own rules. And this is why following the rules is so important. It's that whenever you don't follow the rules, people go off the rails, because nobody knows what's okay and what's not okay anymore. Whenever you write down and you say this is okay and this is not okay, and then something happens, and then you're like, oh, well, that's whatever, right? Well, then people just assume everything else is whatever too, because you're just not paying attention. So this entire situation, and Actman making those tweets, which, again, he should not have done that. But whenever you put somebody in a desperate situation, they're going to act and do things that are desperate. Also, like, this doesn't have anything to do with the fact that Quantum doxed him and admits to it. It's not even like it's a question whether this happened or not. He said he did it. How is this even Like, how is this even a question? Docs with public info? Yes. Is this some kind of a gotcha? Yes.
And so take away from this that most of these creators know exactly why they got banned. And when someone says, I have no idea.
I want to say that in the context of what, like, I'll use my suspension yesterday as an example. Whenever I got suspended initially, I checked my email and they sent me an email and they didn't tell me explicitly why I got banned. They provided no actual example of the content that I did that got me banned. The only thing that they did was they said that the day that I got banned on, and that was it. So this literally happened yesterday. They just said it was unmoderated hateful conduct. They never gave me an example of what that conduct was, a timestamp, any sort of a visual reference, a clip, or anything. I was never provided with any of those things. It just immediately happened. So, like, that's just not true. I don't know why you'd say that.
That they are probably lying. That they probably do know. Now, are there situations and outliers?
I did not even find out why I got suspended specifically until I talked to my partner manager who told me. It was never, I was never given the reason explicitly until my partner manager told me exactly what it was. So, I mean, I don't know why he's saying this. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Maybe they haven't talked to someone.
And to be fair, I want to say also my partner managers did a great job with this. He talked with me about it, and I think he could see where I was coming from, and I appreciate that a lot.
But yet, yes. But more times than not, these individuals know exactly why action has been taken against them.
So I think that DJ Weed is right in some circumstances, is that there are times that people do find out why they got suspended, and then they say they got suspended for something else. Do you remember that one girl who said she got suspended for saying there were two genders? She was lying. That's not why she got suspended. So it's not like this never happens, but I think that DJ Weed is probably just jaded from Twitch and having content creators craft a narrative that makes them look bad, that he automatically assumes anytime that a content creator is looking for sympathy for an unjust ban, that it's only done in order to craft sympathy and it's not legitimate. That's what I think is happening here. I don't care about how many genders you think there are. I'm just talking about the topic, okay? I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
Disgusting.
Talking about, doxing people and families getting involved. So I chose not to relay that information to people. I don't know if you're going to, or if YouTube has released that.
This face that I don't know if you're going to. What do you think is happening with this video, you fucking dumbass? What do you think? What do you think? Philip DeFranco's going to be like, you know what? I'm just going to not post this video. Like, this is so bizarre. And clearly, like, even Phil's like, wait, what? What the fuck?
I think that what happened is that this is what I think happened. Is that I cannot imagine somebody who is generally as level-headed as DJ Wheat saying what he's saying. I think that this is probably the first time that he's seen anything about the topic, and he thinks that it just is the doxing. He probably doesn't even know, like, he probably has no idea what happened. Yeah, he doesn't even know. Like, that's it's super out of context. And it's like there's no way that any reasonable person could do that. And I think at this point, would it be obvious? It would be in the show. Well, I have no idea. Let me see here. He said he spent a couple hours looking into it, but it's obvious he hadn't. would probably help if YouTube and Twitch had been more transparent with bans in the public. Yeah, I think so. I think that it's important for, like, in my opinion, I think having more communication with the public is better than having less.
What does that even mean? Like, this is someone who's coming up with lies in the moment and, like, cannot even keep up with it. This is
that information.
Going to what? Sorry.
Oh, like release the reason why the
You're literally talking. What the fuck? You knew that.
channel was demonetized.
Sure. Yeah. No. That's why I just want. They confirmed it to me, and then I just kind of wanted to make sure because it did seem like online the conversation seems to be specifically about you and this other creator and about like this other video in question. When it does feel like it's the same, but also
Just
two
say
different
it.
situations. And
What, Phil? Why? God, stop being such a nice guy and fucking, like, clearly feels like this shit doesn't add up. And I'm gonna try to figure out, like, I'm trying to save some face on behalf of you. Don't.
And so I was trying to get clarity there because, I don't know, I feel like we were talking about before, it feels like these narratives form sometimes inadvertently, sometimes on purpose.
Oh God, I know that like they were having a pre-show conversation where it's like, yeah, and like people of course have made all these narratives where I'm like the bad guy, and Phil's probably like, yeah, I don't know about all the information, right? So he's probably, but now clearly it's like, ah, shit, you were spinning a narrative yourself.
Just to be clear, so that we can kind of get past.
I would be curious. I think what DJ Wheat should do is he should watch the video, the 1-hour video that Actman did about Quantum breaking the rules. And then at the end of that video, I'd be curious to hear his opinion. Like, yeah, I'd really be curious to hear his opinion. YouTube took it down. There's probably other mirrors of it online. Maybe Actman can provide him a private version, and he can watch it on Twitch. Yeah, it's been re-uploaded. Yeah, I'm sure it's been re-uploaded multiple times. So like, yeah, it's like a Final Fantasy story skipper. Yeah, I feel like that's actually a really good way to say it, right? It's like this person, like DJ Weed, he has this very strong opinion on it. As somebody who has followed this entire thing for months now, probably a month now, I would tell you for sure I know more about it than he does, and I think that I honestly think that it makes him look really bad, because like he's by a certain abstraction defending somebody who said that gay people should have been shot in a mass shooting. You see what I'm saying? Like that's effectively what he's doing, is he's saying that Actman was in the wrong. It's ridiculous, man. And exactly, yeah. And so I don't know why I find this to be just weird. He isn't talking about Quantum. Well, you can't talk about the Actman situation without talking about the Quantum situation. Like you can't talk about one without the other, as if they didn't lead into each other. Watch the video. Yeah, it's like there's the context inside of it. And like, again, it's like if he wants to say that Actman is like some fraud and lying and everything like that, then what about the video about the other guy? Like, the thing is that I think that you can make an argument. It's not that hard to make an argument that a person who says that they should dox the people that work at the company or something like that should receive some degree of punishment. I don't think that it's unreasonable to make that argument. And I think especially somebody like him, who's been in the public eye for 10 years, he's probably had this happen to him. It's personal to him whenever he hears that. You know, like, that's just the truth. Doesn't that make sense? Yeah, it makes completely sense. I think Actman talking about doxing employees was facepalm. Using a deleted tweet as evidence after not allowing deleted videos is so hypocritical. Yeah, I know. And Quantum should be banned. Actman shouldn't have joked about doxing. Exactly. Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to, is that yeah, Actman shouldn't have done that. But I find this to be like very, very odd that people are like equating the two things. Like in one circumstance, you have what's clearly a joke that's taken as being serious, and on the other circumstance, you have somebody literally doing the thing that was being joked about and admitting to it while it's being recorded, and somehow that's okay. Like, these two things are not equivalent at all. And so, like, yes, Actman fucked up, but Quantum TV, like, should be, like, instant permad. It's like you're comparing a mountain to a molehill. It's crazy, man. And there's no consistency on either side. Yeah, that's about it. And let me see here. So Quantum can dox but not receive any repercussions. That's clearly what YouTube said. That's actually what it says. When it says, yeah, you have this weird echo chamber constantly validating your opinions through one yes man. Well, it's because if you disagree with me on this, you're just stupid. There's a lot of people that agree with me, and so this is, I want to go ahead and just pull this up right now because this is another topic. This is a person who, was very upset, and so like let's just look at it very quickly, and so a person who agrees with you just latch on what person says. And so, plenty of debatable opinions. McConnell shines light on that fact quite often, right? So you think this is a reasonable, well thought out person. Let's see here. NFTs. Let's see here. And we have, I think it was another one, right? Lost Ark is pay to progress, not pay to win. I can see why you get so unhappy about this. And if I do talking crap on NFTs with a bunch of odd market toys behind him. NFTs. So we have an NFT Andy that spends money on Lost Ark that's looking for an excuse for it, that's mad that I called him out for it. Listen, I'm not going to stop, but you are because you're banned. Shut up, bitch. Nobody cares what you think. Let's see here. Camelot, likely getting his channel demonetized for defending the Act Man. So let's see here. I'm likely getting demonetized and got a notification today saying that going forward, all my content will be viewed for up to 24 hours prior to release. Same thing the Act Man got before being demonetized. What this basically means is YouTube fires you. Quite literally, all I did was defend him and do what I thought was right to protect the platform from those I wish to not destroy it for monetary reasons. I'm not the CEO. As I said, I think that the way that this should be approached by content creators is the fact that YouTube is protecting somebody who literally wants gay people to be killed in mass shootings. Is YouTube using the rainbow flag right now? Let's see. Are they using the rainbow flag? No, they've got the banner. So basically, according to Quantum, all three of these people would be dead. Thanks, YouTube. Really smart. Really good job, guys. Yeah, you really, really care about gay people, huh? LGBT? It's pathetic. Because that's what's really going on, man. Yeah, YouTube ban, etc. No, I mean, like, to me, I don't... It's a weird thing, right? Because, like, Quantum TV's actions stand on their own. You can take Actman completely out of the equation and say Actman doesn't even exist, right? He got Thanos snapped out of reality and he's gone. All of our memories are wiped like Men in Black. You could say that. But still Quantum should get banned. It has nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing to do with it. However, all of Actman's actions were derivative of what happened because of YouTube's acceptance of this. And corporations worship the rainbow so they can extract the green. Well, it's clear that they don't worship the rainbow. They worship the green and pretend to worship the rainbow. That's really what it is. Because if they actually cared about gay people, they'd ban people who wanted them to be killed. But apparently they don't. They obviously don't. They're co-opting a social movement to make more money. That's it. Video of that we upload might even get a worse or strike by YouTube. I don't really think so because I'm not really... The thing is, like, I'm not defending at all Actman making the tweets about YouTube. It was a bad decision for him to do that. I can easily say that. It was not a good idea. Even he'd probably say it was a bad idea. Yeah, even he would say that's bad. So why would I need to defend something that the person who even did it didn't defend? He did, yeah. It's got nothing to do with him. And this is just kind of what happens with people, right? And this isn't really an excuse or anything like that about what was done, but it's just providing like some human context is that whenever you put people into a position where they feel like trapped or they feel like they can't do anything, then they lash out and they act really angry, and they do things that are bad decisions because they're taken out of their logical mind that they're usually in, and they're put into a mind of an emotional person who's under pressure. And a person like that makes bad decisions. And so I think that's what happened. And again, I think that it is like those tweets were a result of YouTube's inaction. I think the tweets were obviously jokes. I don't think they should have been made. But I don't think they would have happened at all if YouTube had followed their own TOS. Like, for me, it was pretty hard to make the video that I did yesterday. It was right after I had just been suspended on Twitch, and to not like start yelling or getting mad or upset about it or etc. But I think that in general, whenever you show emotion, you usually lose right after that. You lose right after that. That's the point where you lose. Whenever you get emotionally attached to things, that's when you lose. And so yeah, that's what it comes down to. So that's why it's so important to detach yourself and to try to be as objective as possible. And it's really hard to do. I don't do it all the time, and Actman clearly doesn't either, and probably neither does Quantum or DJ Wheat. I don't think anybody does all the time, but it still should be something that you try to do. That's about it. Emotion shows moment of your weakness. Exactly. Yeah, of course. And so anyway, let's look at this. Asmon's 24-hour ban shows that no matter what content creator says or how much they do, it's never enough to overcome sheer incompetency. To be fair, here's how I look at it, right? Is that my biggest concern was that Twitch. Sorry, there's a lot of dumb shit that's happened today. And so the reason why I was particularly upset about this is the fact that by doing this, they implied that I was okay with racism on my channel. And that was what really bothered me. It wasn't even the suspension itself. So by them removing the suspension, I think that they effectively are saying, like, I didn't do anything wrong. Right? Because if I did, then why are they allowing a racist on their platform, right? Doesn't make any sense. And so, I mean, Twitch and I, we're good now. Everything's fine. But yeah, I think this was a big mistake. And as I said before, I look forward to hopefully helping them, be able to make better decisions with these things in the future. That's what it comes down to. Aiden Ross came back. Aiden Ross did come back. He came back after like a month or 2 months. I'm not really surprised about that, and hopefully he just tries to keep things a little bit more PG, or a little bit more R-rated, let's say, and not go into the X-rated stuff, and I think he'll be fine. I'm surprised he didn't make more YouTube content, to be honest with you. This happened so close to the OTK reveal. Is this coincidence? Yeah, I think it's complete coincidence. I don't think there's any sort of conspiracy about it. I think that's ridiculous. TLDR, Twitch banning Asmon for 24 hours, something he doesn't control isn't his fault, something he doesn't support, something he immediately addressed, and literal height of intelligence. Honestly, miracle Twitch still around with the way they run the platform. Well, it's because YouTube apparently does an even worse job. That's why. At least Twitch reversed the decisions.